Welcome back, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Hope you are all doing well. It has been a little bit of time since I've done an install for you, and that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be jumping on the inside of the Tacoma, and we're going to be adding some extra storage options with this one. So let's jump into this video. All right, so for today's install, what I got is the Cali raised center console Molle panel. These are a steel powder coated mounting option that's going to allow me some custom configuration on where to start storing some extra stuff like pouches, maybe even a radio mount. So let's go ahead and start this install. All right, so here's everything that you are going to need to install this kit. You have your driver's side and passenger side Molle panels. You have all the hardware that comes in the kit. What you're going to need is an Allen wrench to fit the Allen screws. You're going to need a 7/16 socket set and wrench. You're going to need a 3/8 drill bit. Everything else comes in the kit. So you're going to get 6 Allen screws with 6 washers. You're going to get 2 tall spacers and 4 short spacers. You're going to get this nut zert install bolt and sleeve, and then you're going to get 6 nut zerts. Now what these nut zerts are going to do is once it's finally installed, these are actually going to crush to give you that solid purchase that you're going to need. So this is everything, and we are ready for install. All right, now we're ready to install the driver's side panel. Best way to tell that this is the driver's side is when you look at it flat, there's a little bit of a bend right here between these two Molle mesh panels, between these two Molle mesh sections. You want that facing out towards the door. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our pen and we're going to mark our drill points on these 2 outside holes and this hole here. These larger holes we're not going to use. We're going to place this and make our marks. I have pulled my seat all the way back to give me plenty of room. So you have this angle right here is going to line up with the angle on your center console. And we're going to want to come down about 3/8 of an inch off of the front dash. And then the flat bottom portion here, we're going to line that up with the bottom section of the center console. So once we've done that, and I have it where I like it, I'm going to make my mark. And now I have my drill points for the 3/8 bit. All right, now when we drill the holes, we don't want to drill too deep, just enough to get through the plastic. So take our 3/8 drill bit, and just carefully make our way through. All right, now that we have our holes drilled, we're going to take our nut zerts, which are these little brass fittings here. We're going to insert those into the plastics and make sure that they are flush. Now this will pull out, but these are going to flatten behind here and push the plastics back to where they need to be. So if it is pushing the plastics out, that's okay. They are going to flatten. All right, and now for our next step, we're going to start flattening out our pins. The way we're going to do that is we're going to take the supplied bolt along with this kind of spacer here. This is a 1/2 inch. So what we're going to do is we're going to insert that onto the bolt, and then as our little zerg pin, we're going to insert that, and inside there are threads, and what we'll do is we'll end up screwing that down, and that will start to sandwich this against the plastic. So we'll go ahead and just kind of get that started. We're not going to tighten this all the way down. We just want it started, and then we can back this off, because we'll come back and finish this a little later. All right, now that we have all of these started, they're actually held in, they're flattened. Let's see if I can get you a good shot of how they're flattening on the back end. So you can kind of see how they're flattening there. When we're all done, they'll actually cinch up really flat. And that's what's going to secure the panel to the plastic. All right, now we're ready to mount this back up. Just making sure we got everything lined up. Looks good. Now we're ready to utilize these black Allen screws. Screw and one of the washers. We're going to put that through, and then we're going to put that through our top bolt, and on the top bolt we're going to take the short spacer and we're going to put that on there just like that. We'll get that lined up and just get it started in there. We'll do the same for the back. For that one, it's going to be the screw and the washer. We'll go through first, and then we'll put a short spacer on the back and get that started. And then on the bottom, we're actually going to use the long spacer. So our Allen screw, washer, put that through, make sure we get the long spacer on there, and just get that started in there. Now the spacers are what giving you the access back behind, so you're able to mount your items. Now that we have those, we'll take our Allen screw and we'll just tighten these down. Now it may feel like it's going to take a while to do, but remember, we're tightening down and squishing that nut zert in the back. And if you have a number 4 socket, just to help speed things up. Now, the torque specs on these are about 20 foot-pounds. Remember, you're tightening into plastic, so we don't necessarily need to wrench these super hard. But now you have a nice Molle panel ready to go. All right, now that the driver's side is done, let's get the passenger side done, and we are done with this install. Okay, just real quick, the install was actually pretty nice. There is a couple of hard plastic pieces that this top one kind of hits on both sides, so be aware of that. This top one on the passenger side was a little bit more tricky to kind of get started and in. But once it finally went in, not a big problem. I do like the look of it. I think it hugs pretty nice. This is one thing that I'm starting to notice. Bringing my chair up, it does interfere right here with the passenger seat. So be aware of that. It might limit your forward seat position on the passenger side. As far as the driver side, here's kind of a top-down look. Now, with the driver's side on the 2020s, you do have this hard plastic lip that it might be sitting on just a little bit. But it does give you nice space clearance. More so on the passenger side, I'm noticing. So you have a lot more of a gap between the panel and the center console. So something to kind of just keep in mind. I think that kind of makes sense because you don't want to necessarily eat up into your leg room. But putting any sort of attachments on here is going to start eating up into that. So, just so you guys are fully aware. But I think it looks good. I'm looking forward to utilizing these, putting some pouches, potentially a radio mount in there. So we are set up for more storage options. Well, my friends, that's going to wrap it up for this install on the Cali raised center console Molle panels. Let me know what you guys think. Is this something that you guys want to do to your Tacoma? Is it a great option for more storage? I'd like to hear your comments down in the comment section below. If any of you are kind of concerned about drilling into these plastics, you know, one option to look at if you want to just return it back to a stock configuration, run out to a pull-aparts auto, something like that, and you can always inexpensively replace Tacoma parts if you need to. So just an option out there if you're ever really concerned about drilling into some of these plastics. Even like the front bumper that I put on my Tacoma, there's always options out there. So don't be afraid to jump into some of these installs. If you are interested in picking up a set of the Cali raised center console Molle panels, I will leave a link in the description box below. Thank you so much for joining me on all these installs. We are racing towards 3,000 subscribers, and you guys are simply amazing. Also, check out Mumfy.us for some merch, such as the Mumfy hoodie, to help support the channel so we can continue growing. Man, it's going to be awesome once we hit 3,000 subscribers. I'm also looking at doing a giveaway here pretty soon. I'm trying to put it together, so bear with me. I've got a ton more stuff coming up, so please be sure that you are subscribed, smash that like button, and I will catch you in the next video. Peace. One's not wanting to stay, but